When it comes to pain, no one wants to see their dog suffering, of course. Now, common painkillers that your vet might prescribe to help with pain are typically called NSAIDs or non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Now, you might know of some of these, such as Metacam or meloxicam. This is the same drug, or drugs like carprofen. These are all NSAIDs that are commonly prescribed. But are you aware of the problems associated with these types of drugs on your dog's health? Now, today I wanted to focus in on these drugs a little bit more and the issues around them, as well as offer some natural, effective alternatives. So stay tuned to learn more in today's short video. Hi there, it's Lyndall Pinchin, Canine Naturopath from Canine Vitality. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Happy Healthy Dogs. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. I hope you find today's video helpful. If you feel moved to, please do subscribe, and also don't forget to click on the bell to be notified of weekly videos. Also, if you're a regular, welcome back. I appreciate the support on the channel, and I hope once again you also find this video helpful today. Now, for acute pain relief, NSAIDs, as I said, can offer great benefit in the very short term. Now, for your dog's body to start the healing process, we need to get inflammation under control. So after an injury, surgery, or other acute event, giving an anti-inflammatory drug can be helpful for a very short period of time to help make your dog more comfortable and to allow the body to be able to move into that state of healing. However, NSAIDs such as Metacam or carprofen, these commonly prescribed ones, are often being prescribed for either long periods of time or for even just very minor issues. Now, firstly, how do these drugs work in your dog's body? Now, they reduce the pain and inflammation by blocking the production of an enzyme that's known as COX-1, which is released into your dog's body during this inflammation process. Now, COX-1 helps to synthesize the production of what are known as prostaglandins. Now, these hormone-like substances can contribute to the more nasty side effects of inflammation. So by blocking these, we can really reduce down the pain and the inflammation, along with any fever that might be associated with the condition. Now, while, as I said earlier, it might be prescribed for those very short-term or acute issues, other reasons why your vet might be prescribing these NSAIDs are for chronic pain, arthritis, hip dysplasia, and so on. Now, the problems arise with these drugs when we start to use them for longer periods of time with our dogs. Now, like most drugs, these come, of course, with some pretty nasty side effects. Now, some of the common side effects of NSAID drugs are vomiting, diarrhea, loss of appetite, and the possibility of ulceration within the gut lining. Now, I mentioned a moment ago about that enzyme known as COX-1 that NSAIDs block in relation to those prostaglandins. Now, while this might be helpful for that short-term inflammation, did you know that by blocking this specific enzyme, the NSAIDs can actually damage the gut lining, which protects the mucosal barrier? Now, this is another trigger for leaky gut syndrome, where the gut lining becomes permeable. Now, you can learn more about leaky gut in my other videos on the channel, but it's important to be aware of this, especially if your dog is taking these drugs on a more regular basis. And not only do these drugs disrupt the gut lining, but research has shown that they can really affect the composition and the function of your dog's gut microbiome. Now, NSAIDs reduce the level of beneficial gut bacteria such as the lactobacillus group. And this in turn can trigger dysbiosis. And this also longer term is going to exacerbate or lead to the development potentially of autoimmunity as well. Now, NSAIDs have a significant impact in a negative way on both liver and kidney health too. Now, they can reduce blood flow to the kidneys, potentially leading to kidney injury, especially in dogs with some sort of pre-existing kidney problem, dehydration, or even other illnesses. And when it comes to the liver, there can be liver damage that can occur. Now, signs of liver toxicity from these drugs include jaundice, which is yellowing of the eyes, gums and skin, vomiting, lethargy, and dark urine. Now, while liver damage is less common, it does occur particularly in really sensitive natured dogs. Now, the main problems lie with the gut, liver, and kidneys, as I said, and this can occur in some dogs even with very small doses or for really short periods of time as well. Now, these are certainly not drugs you want your dog to be on regularly or for long periods of, any long period of time. So what are some of the alternatives that we can use that act in a similar way to NSAIDs without those side effects? Now, white willow bark, ginger, curcumin, boswellia, and omega-3 fatty acids are all effective alternatives to NSAIDs. Take ginger, for example. Now, this herb, for dogs with arthritic issues, ginger supplementation increases anti-inflammatory action and decreases pain. Now, ginger has a very anti-inflammatory activity and pain relieving effect that is on par with the use of drugs like Metacam for post-surgery pain and osteoarthritis pain. Now, one of the main active constituents of ginger with anti-inflammatory activity is gingerol. Now, like NSAIDs, gingerol actually decreases inflammation by inhibiting that COX-1 enzyme. But the good thing about ginger is that rather than harming the gastrointestinal tract, ginger offers gastrointestinal protective properties. Now, also the herb Boswellia serrata is another interesting example here too. Now, Boswellia contains boswellic acids, which inhibit enzymes that are involved in inflammation processes. Now, interestingly, while NSAIDs can affect the production of glycosaminoglycan, a component of connective tissue, and can lead to an acceleration of joint damage in arthritic conditions, boswellic acid has been shown to actually preserve this compound. As a result, boswellia can not only alleviate pain and inflammation like an NSAID drug does, but it also helps preserve the connective tissue health. Now, these natural alternatives have been well studied and researched and have been found to have very similar actions and pathways to NSAID drugs with both protective properties and none of those nasty side effects. So while the use of NSAIDs can be helpful for those really acute situations where it's required for a very short period of time, maybe a couple of days, where there's definitely a need to be aware of longer term use and the damage that these drugs can cause. Now, fortunately, there are some very, as I said, there are plenty of safe and effective natural alternatives that can be used over that longer period of time if you've got a dog that's suffering from some sort of chronic pain or inflammatory issue with their joints or other conditions. And if that is you and you do have a dog like that and you need to, you'd like to learn a little bit more about what would be the best alternatives for your dog as opposed to the NSAIDs, feel free to reach out to me. All my details are below and I can give you some further advice. Well, guys, I hope that you found that short video helpful. As I said, we do want to try and avoid using those NSAID drugs on a regular basis. They're just not good news, particularly for the gut. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy today's video, please do give it a like and do share it. It's helpful to get content out there on YouTube so that other dog owners like yourself that are looking for natural alternatives can pick that video up. Whatever you're doing today, guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's a very beautiful sunny day here today. And I'll catch up with you next week in another video. I hope you're all getting ready for Christmas. Take care and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now.